Hallo und willkommen zurück bei The Zodiac Trial. Letztes Mal sind wir gestorben. Ja! Denn wir wurden von Ox erschossen, weil er Bunny töten wollte und er hat uns als Schild benutzt. Und Ox schießt einfach drauf los, weil Ox ist durchgeknallt gewesen. Passiert. Und danach haben wir versucht, neue Hinweise zu finden und haben mit Tiger und Bunny geredet, aber das Gespräch mit Tiger lief gut. Mit Bunny und Pig lief weniger gut, aber vielleicht finden wir es raus. Gehen wir mal zu Dog, denn ich glaube, Dog hat was zu sagen für uns, aber ich glaube, das kann ich überspringen teilweise, weil, da waren wir schon mal. Ja, er will ein Spiel spielen. Was hat er? Eine 5. Ah ja. Nichts Neues? Ernsthaft? Nichts Neues? Wehe. Ah, okay. Wir sind wieder da, wo wir vorher waren. Also wir sind wieder bei der Cafeteria, wo er dann sagt, dass er jemanden erschießen wird. Mit der Knarre, die er hat. Was ich uncool finde an sich. Aber wir haben was Neues rausgefunden und das wird spannend jetzt. With that in mind, I will now be taking control of this group. As he said this, Ox pulled out a pistol with a silencer. Whoa! What the hell? Where did you get that? On the second floor. It was hidden particularly well in one of the classrooms. It is disturbing to me that I was able to find it, and makes me worry that what else may be stored in this building. However, none of that particular matters at this point. After all, a mere pistol elevates me to being the biggest threat in the room. What are you going to do with that? Perhaps this is selfish of me, however. I do not wish to die yet. If I can live by killing my poisoner, then that's what I shall do. So then, let's begin. Ox, hold on a minute. Do you know who poisoned you? Admittedly, I am not very clear on the culprit's identity. Well, I think I have something. I'm not sure how helpful it would be, but just hear me out. Go for it. So I tried to investigate who could have poisoned you. Extreme loud cough of interruption. Dragon and I did. In particular, I tried looking into what Brian meant when he was talking about a tool of corruption. He said your death would come about by the one who helped a malicious cover-up. And he called it ironic, which I thought was a particular strange word choice. How could something like that be ironic? And there was a lot of distancing words involved there. Your death will be caused by the one. Why not you'll be killed by? What are you getting at, Mouse? As I investigated, I found out many interesting things. For one, I heard that the chief of police, Chief Bowen, wanted to close the case quickly, without incident, no matter what. That he did. I don't know about you, but that sounds pretty fishy to me. I also heard that the chief of police and the chief prosecutor are very close. Close to a point where they cover for each other. I'm not supposed to lend credence to such rumors. However, I cannot deny the rumors per se. Anyways, that's when it clicked with me. I realized why Brian called the person the tool of corruption. Because they weren't the ringleader. They were just someone used in a larger scheme. They were you, Ox. What? In the grand scheme of things, What? Aber er kann sich selbst vergiftet haben. Wann? Wie kann er nicht? In the grand scheme of things, you're fairly young for a prosecutor, Ox. And this case happened a few years ago. So how did such a fresh-faced prosecutor land the lead prosecuting role in a fairly high-profile murder trial? Well, I showed quite a lot of promise from a very young age. I was top of my ego talking. No one in the real world gives a shit about all of that. How would you know? You're still a student. Ox, I hate to tell you like this, but you were chosen because you were easily controlled. You were naive and inexperienced enough that the chief prosecutor was easily able to rig the trial in your favor without you even noticing. What? There's no way that's true. What would the trial even need rigging? Everything pointed towards Morris. Exactly. I haven't heard of a single case which reached trial with a plea bargain that was such an open and shut case. To fight something like this, it's always because the defense sees weakness in the prosecution case. And my father was not a dumb defense attorney. So how was everything smoothed over so well? I don't know, but that doesn't mean I did anything wrong. Ox, I can't claim to know what's really going on with that trial, However, there was something fishy about it. And like it or not, you helped cover it up. That can't be. Ox's face was flushed with anguish. I felt bad for it. It was the truth. But wait, you said Brian said that the... But wait, you said that Brian said that the poisoner was to a corruption. And now you're saying it's Ox? That doesn't make much sense. Hold on, I didn't say exact... Brian could have been speaking metaphorically. Could be. Say, do we even know that Ox was poisoned? What? I'm just saying. No one else saw this announcement or in your tablets. Bunny began to approach Ox. What if this whole thing was just a ploy to camouflage your real intention of killing us all, one by one, until it was too late? That's not true. Really? Then what was your plan if Mouse didn't have this big explanation? I don't see how that's a relevant question. I call it a supremely relevant question. The two were really in each other's faces now. Then I heard a snickering. I turned around to see Doc hold back laughter to himself. What was he doing? What did he know? What did... A force came from behind. Not a force, but a bullet. I was dead now? How strange. Er schon wieder? Oh! Hört auf, mich zu erschießen! 3 of Hearts. The Jane Emperor's hints are very informative, if correctly interpreted. However, they aren't actually that helpful. If Mouse doesn't actually know who the poisoner is, they may do more to mislead the group than not unify it. Das ist schlecht, weil dann sterbe ich. Das ist schlecht, weil dann sterbe ich. Jesus! Oh. Okay. Gut, wir gehen nochmal hierhin zurück, denn ich weiß, was wichtig ist. Tiger ist wichtig. Ja, Tiger ist wichtig gewesen. So. Ich denke dann wahrscheinlich noch, Snake ist vielleicht wichtig? Ja, Snake hatten wir auch schon. Und ich vielleicht noch Sheep? Vielleicht? Nein. Die waren anscheinend... Oh, warte mal. Das hat so nicht mehr... Warte, das hat nicht mehr das Ding geführt, was ich wollte? Spannend. Das heißt, sie hat doch die richtige Idee am Anfang. Ich musste zuerst zu Tiger gehen. Okay. Und dann gehe ich zu Bunny. Corruption of Morris. So, und jetzt gehe ich zu... Sheep? Vielleicht? Nope, da passiert nichts Neues. Okay. Schon wieder? Warum sterbe ich normal? Muss ich nicht mit... Ich bin verwirrt. Ich bin sehr verwirrt gerade. Spannenderweise, als ich mit Dog geredet habe danach, war es wichtig... Warte. Falsch. Falsch. Warte. Nein. Load. Dankeschön. Okay. Die Suche beginnt. Und mit Dogs reden hat geholfen. Oder wie? Das hat geholfen anscheinend. Okay. Dann gehe ich jetzt mal anders vor. Ich gehe mal ganz anders vor. Ganz anders vor sogar. Ich gehe mal zuerst... Zuerst gehe ich zu Tiger. Aber ich glaube, Tiger war eine gute Idee zuerst. So. Dann gehe ich zu Dog. Von ihr kriegt die gleiche Funktion, nicht wahr? Ja. Und jetzt gehe ich zu Bunny vielleicht? Oder... Oh, ich hasse es. Der Tipp ist doch nicht hilfreich. Ich muss herausfinden, was es ist. Wie soll ich es rausfinden? Sache, sie erzählt mir er erzählt mir davon, was die beiden Freunde... Oh, warte. Was will ich Laura sagen? Was bist du dann? Okay, warte. Ich mach mal das, okay? Laura. Laura, obviously. Alright, let's see. Dog lifted his hand dramatically. His die was a 6? Seriously, the fog. Oh, too bad, so sad. Sometimes Lady Luck's just not on your side, I suppose. So sorry, but I'm afraid you won't be getting any info out of me today. Seriously? This is for an important investigation. So what? You're asking me to ignore the stakes? No can do, mouse. What's the point of gambling if you just ignore what you bet? Listen here, you fuck. You're going to spell everything you know and all else. Oh, it's what? You beat me up? Sure, knock yourself out. I have a surprisingly high pain tolerance, I'll have you know. But it seems a little pointless to me. You! Look, if you really do so bother for info on Chief Bowen, why not ask Bunny? Those two are close, apparently. As for me, I've got to get back to looking for the trinket on doohickeys. See ya. And just like that, Doc went back to his search. It was incredibly infuriating, but I didn't know what I could do. Ich soll nicht verlieren, oder? Reluctantly, Drang and I reconvened back into the classroom we started in. That certainly didn't go as planned. That fucking asshole. How can he hide info like that? Wish I could back and beat us. No, calm down. What's done is done. At this point, we'd just be wasting time. I guess. But let's not forget who tried to hide information from us. Dragon's face looked incredibly determined. She drummed her finger on the nearby cabinet. Okay, da waren wir jetzt schon. Jetzt gehen wir zu Bunny. Okay, mal gucken. Die Sache ist, Tiger ist wichtig, das weiß ich. Tiger brauche ich nämlich, weil ich glaube, ich kann nicht sonst über die Sachen mal fragen mit Bunny. Kann ich. Like, what rooms have you looked in? The Spanish classroom on the second floor. Yes, well, we've looked through there, as well as the French and German classroom. We've also looked in some of the offices here on the third floor, and we've been looking through the students' comments as well. I'd say we've been making good progress. How about you, Pig? Yes, we definitely have. And have you found anything yet? Unfortunately, we've yet to strike anything useful. You think we've at least found something by now? Weird, huh? Yes, weird indeed. Alright, well, thanks for telling me with me, I guess. Let us know if you find anything important. Will do. Mouse, is that really odd? Yeah, I want to check something. I walked down to the second floor with Dragon. I then went into the Spanish classroom. What are we doing here? Pig was acting super conspicuously throughout our conversation. Then she blurred out his room. I wonder. I began to search through the classroom for anything conspicuous. Before too long, I found it. Here it is. What? A safe. Poorly hidden behind some textbooks, I pulled out a small, cheap-looking safe. Obviously, it was locked with a passcode. But it didn't matter to me. Merely finding the safe was enough. Come on, let's go. What? But we've just found a safe. There probably won't be anything in there anyways. I walked with Dragon back to the classroom we started at. When we got there, Dragon had questions. What was that about? Bunny and Pig lied. They said they hadn't found anything, and yet there was a locked safe poorly hidden in a room they claimed they searched. There's no way a group of three missed that. Those bastards. Why would they lie to us like that? I can't think of one reason. Then you think? In all likelihood, that's what happened. Shit. Still, I think there's more to this story than we need to find out. Brian's word in particular still strikes me as odd. Let's not give up the search. Yeah, I guess you're right. Dragon sighed. She took out a silver light. Ah, das ist das hier wieder. Okay. Dog bringt mir nichts, glaube ich. Ich gehe mal zu Tiger, weil ich da das noch haben möchte. Gehe ich zu Dog und hole mir diese Möglichkeit. Ich glaube, es will das helfen. Ich glaube, es hilft es. Okay. Mal gucken. Ah, Ox, ich glaube, wir haben es jetzt. Ich glaube, wir haben es. Ox, hold on a minute. Do you know who poisoned you? Admittedly, I'm not yet clear on the culprit's identity. Then don't worry. I know everything. Well, that seems like a bit like hyperbole. Everything. Okay then. Now, I'll help explain. Oh, ich stehe mal am Stuhl fest. You have the floor. Thank you. So, I tried to investigate who could have poisoned you.
Loud cough of interruption.
Dragon and I did. In particular, I tried looking into what Brian meant when he was talking about a tool of corruption. He said your death would come about by the one who helped a malicious cover-up. And he called it ironic, which I thought was a particularly strange word of choice. How could something like that be ironic? And there was a lot of distancing words involved there. Your death will be caused by the one. Why not you'll be killed by? What are you getting at, Mouse? As I investigated, I found out many interesting things. For one, I heard that the chief of police, Chief Bowen, wanted to close the case quickly, without incident, no matter what.
That he did.
I don't know about you, but that sounds pretty efficient to me. I also heard that the chief of police and the chief prosecutor are very close. Close to the point where they cover for each other. I am not supposed to lend credence to such rumors. However, I cannot deny the rumors per se. Anyways, that's when it clicked with me. I realized why Brian called the person a tool of corruption. Because they weren't the ringleader. They were just someone used in a larger scheme. They were you, Ox. What? In the grand scheme of things, you're fairly young for a prosecutor, Ox. And this case happened a few years ago. So how did such a fresh-faced prosecutor land the lead prosecuting role in a fairly high-profile murder trial?
Well, I saw quite a lot of promising from a very young age. It was
top of my... Ego talking. No one in the real world gives a shit about all that.
How would you know that? You're still a student.
Ox, I hate to tell you like this, but you were chosen because you were easily controlled. You were naive and inexperienced enough that the chief prosecutor was easily able to rake the trial in your favor without you even noticing.
What? There's no way that's true. Why would the trial even need rigging? Everything pointing towards Morris.
Exactly. I haven't heard of a single case which reached trial with a plea bargain that was such an open and shut case. To fight something like this, it's always because the defense sees weakness in the prosecution's case. And my father was not a dumb defense attorney. So how was everything smoothed over so well?
I don't know, but it doesn't mean I did anything wrong.
Ox, I can't claim to know what's really going on with the trial. However, there was something fishy about it, and like it or not, you helped cover it up.
That can be.
Ox's face was flushed with anguish. I felt bad, but it was the truth. So wait, then why did Brian said he'd be killed by himself? No, that's not what he said. Brian was saying it'd be Ox's fault. Ox's potential killer, however, is someone entirely different. That would be the poisoner, and I also know who that is. For real? Bunny, Pig, you two told me where your group had searched. Won't you agree that those searches were fairly comprehensive?
Mostly, yeah. I'd like to say we did a fair job at that.
Then I assume you stumbled across the locked safe in the Spanish classroom then.
Locked safe? Oh, that locked safe. Yeah, well, we tried to crack it, but we just had no clues how to open it. Ultimately, we just dismissed it as red herring.
No, you didn't. There's no way you thought a locked safe was a red herring. You know what I think?
What?
I think you already opened the safe. And I think that you found Snake's major trinket, and it let you poison other participants. And then I think you relocked that safe, and you poisoned Ox.
What? That's ridiculous, Mouse. We searched that room as a group. If I did something like that, surely Pig and Dog would have seen it.
Oh, but I did. That's why you're keeping Pig at arm's reach at all times, right? Because you're threatening her to keep quiet or else you'll stab her with a knife.
Ridiculous!
You're the victorious personality, right? That type can win with two other people. That's what you promised Pig and Dog if they cooperated, right?
Such wild theories.
Pig, Ox has a gun right now. If Bunny tries anything, he'll be shot. Tell us, is he threatening you?
Yeah.
Yes, he totally is. Bunny has a traitor's personality, and he poisoned Ox, and he told me that if I said a word without it, he'd stab me with his knife, and I was so scared, but he pop.
Okay, we get the gist. Well, what do you have to say to that, Bunny?
Okay, maybe I have the traitor personality, but I wasn't the poisoner.
Wait, what?
I made Pig use Kafka's poison. She was the one who activated the major trinket, so she's the one who needs to die if you want to live, Ox.
It's totally untrue. Think about it. Why would he bother going through with that? If he knew he'd be dead one way or the other, if he was caught anyways. It's a nonsense claim.
I did so you'd be fully on board. Don't try to weasel your way out of this. Or do you want Ox to die?
Well, I don't want to die.
So you admit you're lying to try and kill Ox and save yourself?
What? No, that's not what I meant.
Okay, I have a confession to make. I pressed the button. That's right, it was me. Just put a bullet to my head and we'll be done with this.
This is certainly turning out unpredictable. What should we do?
Mouse.
Who to believe? I believe Pig.
I don't know why Bunny expects us to trust him, but it would be crazy to. He's obviously coming up with whatever story he can think of to divert blame.
I'm inclined to agree with you, Mouse. There's absolutely no guarantee anything coming out of his mouth is the truth. It is entirely possible he's saying whatever he can think of to delay his death by the slightest bit.
That's not the case, I swear.
It totally is.
I'm telling you, I'm the poisoner. Doc, I have a hard time understanding why you went along with all this in the first place. Why me? Seemed like something to do. Like hell that's your reasoning. You've got the other traitor personality, don't you? Oh no, you've caught me.
Would you shut up, Doc? Think about it, Ox. You're going to kill me either way, right? Of course you are. You can't let someone with my personality survive. So why would I bother lying to you right now? Obviously, the only reason is so that I could atone by saving you.
You're right. I'm going to kill you either way. Ox stabbed the gun at Bunny's head and fired it right between his eyes. I immediately turned away, but I could hear the body hit the floor. Everybody hit the floor. Sure.
People screamed. Ox turned to dog and fired again. Deathly silence. Slurping. Wait, slurping?
Ew, was Ox drinking Bunny's blood? Fuck, that was what he had to do, wasn't it? God, that's disgusting. Fuck you, Brian. Hopefully that should do it.
That was horrible.
How can you do such a thing with a straight face?
Oh no. Oh no.
Just as Ox began to explain himself, he stopped speaking. No, it's more like he couldn't get the words out. All of a sudden, his face started turning a strange color.
Hold on a minute. He was being executed, wasn't he? I looked over to the television, and sure enough, the end of the round announcement were being played.
But wait, Ox had drunk Bunny's blood. Why was he dying?
I'm sorry, Ox.
Pig had tears in the eye.
I'm so sorry. I promise I'll make it up to you somehow.
Pig! What have you done?
What was I supposed to do, Mouse? It was him or me. Was I really supposed to not try and survive? That's...
Hey, fear.
all of my work to try and save Ox. For nothing? Pig, in an attempt to save her own skin, had light through her teeth. Because of that, Ox had died in the place. Ox, the person who had supported me through this hellscape from the very beginning, has died. And there was nothing I could do about it. With that settled, the rest of the race went fairly plainly. Doc and Bunny turned out to be the ones with the deviant personalities, though there wasn't any need to be suspicious of one another. We only needed to find a total of 9 minor trinkets, with those 3 dead, so we reached our goal much faster. After that, we just all used the trinkets each round until we escaped as a group. It should have been a happy ending.
9 of us got out alive. Woo!
No, it was a happy ending, wasn't it? But I felt so cold. It was hard for the events involving Pig and Ox to sit right with me. So for the rest of the race, I kept my distance with the other members. And even after we had all escaped, I was determined to not talk with any of the others ever again. In the end, tiger, snake, dragon, horse, sheep, monkey, rooster, pig, and myself got out alive. But Bunny, dog, and Ox died. And I couldn't help but wonder if I could be happy with this ending.
4 Spades. Ich nehm's! Ich nehm's! 9 Leute! 9! Das ist fast perfekt. Die Sache, ich konnte nicht alle 10 retten. Egal was passiert. Also, ich verstehe Pig. Faire Sache. Ich meine, ganz ernsthaft, es wären so 9 Leute gestorben. Also, ich verstehe ihre Aktion total.
If someone with a deviant personality gets their hands on Kafka's toxin, they will stop or target a perceived threat. In this case, there will be Orcs. However, mouse may be able to determine the identity of the poisoner, despite confusing interference. In that case, the deaths present in this version of the race will be minimal. Unfortunately, they won't be the right deaths. And so we search for another path.
Ey, ich bin zufrieden. Ganz ernsthaft? 100% zufrieden. Ja, ich meine, gut, da stirbt Pick dann halt, aber das ändert nichts daran, dass 9 Leute sterben und okay. Es stirbt kein Unschuldiger. Das ist wahr. Es stirbt kein Unschuldiger. Das ist okay. Fair. Also Pick hätte verdient zu sterben, weil sie jemand vergiftet hat. Das stimmt wohl. Aber es ist trotzdem eins der besseren Endings bisher. Ich werde im nächsten Part das andere Ending nachholen und dann gucken, wie es weitergeht, ne? Aber ich nehme das erstmal einen Erfolg. Und ich bedanke mich fürs nächste Mal. Falsch. Ich bedanke mich fürs Zugucken und bis zum nächsten Mal. Die Sätze einzeln sagen, nicht verbinden. Schlechte Idee. Auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss.